Okay. So I will call the July the 16th, 2024 meeting of the Owen County Advisory Plan Commission to order. First order of business will be our pledge. If everyone would please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Susan, roll call, please.
Amy Casevier, Bob Curry.
Here.
Amy Meyer, Kenneth Sebastian.
Here.
Bill Purcell, Owen Warner,
Here.
Chad Van Ryan,
Here.
Donna McIntyre, Mike Swafford.
Here.
Okay. You have had the minutes for April the 16th in your packets. I would entertain a motion.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion made by Ken, seconded by Mike. All in favor by show of hands? 5-0. Motion carries. Old business, to my knowledge, we don't have any, correct? All right, new business. Public hearing for a rezone application, PC 2024-10, and that would be Spencer Nazarene Church. I will call that public meeting to order. You guys can come up and present your application. Make sure the microphone's on. Just state your name, your address, and then...
Mark, push that little button.
Yeah, Mark, push the button.
It'll turn red.
Hello, my name's Mark Dooling. My address is 3453 Du Bois Road, Bowling Green, Indiana. We're on the west side of Owen County, just before you get to Anderson Road. I'm a member of the Church of the Nazarene here in Spencer and on the board of directors. And we have long-term plans, and by that, possibly 3 to 5 years of construction of a church on this property. The immediate interest in having the zoning changed is we are involving ourselves in supporting what's called the Upward program. It's for youth sports, in this case soccer is what we're looking at, and we're wanting to prepare 3 soccer fields in the back portion of our property, but we're wanting to open it up so people could come onto the property for the kids to experience the Upward program and to participate. But in terms of our application, our long-term plan is that we'd like to change it from the agricultural status to an institutional status for the possible building of a church.
Anything else?
I'll defer and ask anything else I should tell them.
You want to mention about what NDOT did?
Oh, yes, we have contacted NDOT and getting approval for expanding our opening for cars to pull off into the field. We have, I think you have an email from NDOT, is that correct? Yeah, Doug got an email from NDOT for that approval. Again, part of long-term planning, and that's been ongoing with NDOT, is the possibility, we've had discussions with the park and things about the possibility of us giving property on the park side, allowing them extra space if they do decide to put a roundabout in there. The park has talked about having a roundabout at that light and possibly diverting their entrance, angling across so they have more room for cars to pull off the highway. And again, I don't know the timetable on that, but that's something we're waiting to hear from NDOT and whatever. The park and everybody, there's been all the land properties around there have been involved talking with them, and I don't know where that's going, but that would be another long-term thing. But so we are in coordination with NDOT.
Are you planning on buildings and restrooms and water there for?
Eventually, yeah, right now, to start with, we may use portable facilities this first year, because we're going to not likely get it started until September, so likely we'd put portable facilities for restrooms and things, but long-term, we may put a shelter and all those things as well. And again, for the church, we're waiting to see when when and where we may hook up septic systems. Possibly, we've talked to the park, we've talked to different ones. I know the park's got a system they'd like to use more than they have. So, but again, I don't know where that might go, but that's some of the discussions we've had, is whether, with us being on that side. And so those are things that have been in discussion, and we've talked to a number of different ones about it, but no immediate plan for that. But for us taking care of what we're going to do this year, we're thinking in terms of probably portable facilities.
What did NDOT say exactly in the email? Can you read it to us?
Yep. This was originally from, I'm not sure how to say his name, Quadra Ignacio. Okay, he says, thanks for the email. Says he had discussed with Seymour District Permits Manager Devin Maynard. He stated that you will have to state the driveway will only be used for soccer league on Saturday mornings, 6 Saturday mornings this fall. This will be stated on the NDOT permit application once it's submitted. It says anytime the existing driveway is changed from the original use, an NDOT permit application must be filed to indicate the change. This change will have to be submitted as a sub-minor driveway. You will have to attach the deed to the land. The name of the deed must match the name of the applicant on the NDOT permit application. And then it says, in the future, if the usage changes to where the increase in traffic per day is increased, a new permit, NDOT driveway permit application will have to be submitted.
And this entrance is the one that's already exists.
Yeah.
We have to, how far do we have to widen? They told us to.
Right now, it's a single, it's 40 feet wide, it comes down to a single lane, so we're going to take
We
out
had
the
to take
fence.
it back out, so they required us to.
So the whole
widen.
thing's gonna be 40 going in there?
Yeah, so that they wanted access in both
So did they
directions.
issue a permit yet?
We filed permits.
You filed the permit?
We haven't seen them yet, but they're not very fast.
No, they're not. They do not get in a hurry, I will tell you that.
The entryway is actually 42 feet wide.
All right, anybody got anything else? Well, I'd just like to say that anything where we can involve the youth of the community, especially if it's affiliated with good people, and it's going to be a positive thing. I don't know how we can go wrong here. I'm kind of surprised how fast NDOT did get back with you, but I do need to go through my script real quick, and this will apply to both applications tonight, so if you guys listen, I don't have to read it again, and you don't have to listen to me twice. So, on a request for rezone classification, the following things come into play. Notice has been sent to adjacent property owners 10 days prior to the hearing. Did that happen? Notice has been placed in the newspaper of general circulation in the county 10 days prior to the meeting, and proof of same is attached.
Yes.
The proposed request has been available for public inspection at least 10 days prior to the hearing on this matter, and that would have been available at the courthouse. The rezoning of this property does not adversely affect adjacent landowners, and the proposed rezoning of the property is consistent with the master plan. So, in situations like both of these, before the Planning Commission, we have three possible findings. We can either send a recommendation to the commissioners of a favorable, an unfavorable, or no recommendation at all. That being said, we're not the final say. We essentially make our recommendations to the commissioners, and at their next meeting, which is tomorrow.
It won't be tomorrow.
It won't be tomorrow, it'll be the one after that.
Tomorrow.
Then they will make the final determination, so,
Yeah, it'll be in the
Yeah.
August meeting.
and most likely we're all on the same page, but it could happen. So, anyway, with that being said, I would entertain let me close do I need to close the hearing before we have the vote?
Did you check to see if there's anybody here?
Oh, right, public comment. So, let's start with anyone that would like to speak not in favor of this petition. I don't see anyone. So would anyone else like to speak in favor of this petition? You don't have to, you can if you want. Yes, sir.
I just have questions.
Yes.
Is that, I don't know if I would.
No, that's fine.
I'm not opposed to.
Do stand up and state your name, though.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm John Lovell, and I'm a neighbor across the road. I sit down now.
Yeah.
I was also the first president of the first planning commission, so it's kind of interesting to be back 40 years later or whatever. I had a question about the sewage out there because it kind of affects me, what's going on. And I thought the park was on city sewage. Am I wrong about that?
They have
They
not
are now.
yet, but
They've
they
got the
are
one, I think.
going to be on city.
They are going to be, and that's coming where? How is it
That
being
kind
treated?
of, it kind, well, they're going to connect from River Road. The lines are on River Road and they're gonna come up the rest of the way.
Okay.
Because it actually goes across and goes to Hoosier Energy. So then it'll come up River Road across to the
Up River
park.
Road from Hoosier Energy to the
Yes.
park.
Yes.
Okay, because it seems like if there's a lot of people out there, it's gonna demand sewage
Well,
at
yeah.
some time.
The
right?
town has already taken sewer down to Four Oaks, so it's already in that area.
Okay. And if I wanted to get connected onto that, I know it does come across 43, across from Duke Energy now.
Yes.
And I don't know if that's the best place for us to hook on or not, but,
You need
or
to talk,
do
you need to go and talk to the town and see if they would
talk
like.
to town.
Yes,
Okay. And is that the water department?
the
That'd be a-
municipal building.
Yeah, okay.
Municipal.
Talk to town.
They had their meeting last night.
Yeah, but
So right now, it sounds like we're talking temporary for this facility for the soccer, and then obviously if they build a church, then they would have to put in something that meets the requirements of the health department here in Owen County.
And it
So,
might be septic, and that's
Right.
fine too.
go ahead, you got any?
No, that's the main thing that I'm interested in, and I don't really have any opposition.
Okay.
Having some kids fields and stuff.
All right. Anyone else on this application? All right.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing on 2024-10, and we'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for a favorable recommendation.
All right, got a favorable recommendation from Chad. We have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ken. All in favor of sending a favorable recommendation with the findings as stated, by show of hands? 5-0. You guys are in business.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. You can stay if you'd like. We got one more. Thank you, John.
Another meeting coming up, I believe.
Okay. I will now, wait a second here. Hey, Nicole, will you guys go ahead and sign in because you came in late after we did that, just so we've got record. Hey, see ya.
Sorry.
See you, Dave. Okay. I will now open the public hearing for 2024-11. James and Christine Hall on a reclassification from agricultural to residential. Please come forward, state your name and address, and then present your application, please.
My name's Christine Hall. The address is 916.
I think he shut it
You
off.
still on? There you go.
My name's Christine Hall. My address is 9164 Drunkard's Pike, Gosport. What else?
Just whatever you want to say about it.
This is my stepson, and he wants to buy part of the property. So we're gonna have it surveyed and everything, and
Good. And where are you at on that process? Have you started the survey yet or anything?
We've got one ordered.
Got
for
one.
October.
Okay.
We got a perk test for the 1st of August.
And the original lot size was what?
6-point-something acres,
How much?
6-point-something.
Okay, and you're
There's
cutting-
2 tracks,
And you're gonna cut 2 point,
like 2.3.
Yeah,
Right.
roughly 2.5 acres off of it.
okay.
And it's got a pole barn currently on it.
And the crux is, right now, it's agricultural, and of course, you need to do residential if you split it.
Right,
So both parcels will be residential when we're done?
right.
And is there a current driveway onto Drunkard's Pike from both properties? Or are you
Yes.
gonna share a driveway? There
No,
is
there's-
one? I went by there, but I couldn't remember.
Well, the one I think at the barn is kind of overgrown, but
It's
he,
grassed over.
yeah,
but
he sprayed it, so it's,
So I would say that you'll need to touch base with the highway department and make sure, have they already done that?
No, I do that.
Okay.
Driveway permits.
Okay, so, yeah, you'll need a driveway permit because it's a new construction and the ordinance says it has to have a pipe in it between the road and the properties. It's, you know, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
What are our requirements for residential for a home? I've heard 5 acres. 5 acres.
It's usually 5.
For residential is 1, for agricultural is 5. For a home site, it's 5 acres to stay agricultural. That's why they're here, because they're taking from 6 acres down to less than 5 acres, or both pieces will be less than 5 acres.
You don't have to have 5 acres to build.
No, but residential, you just have to have 1 acre. 1 acre.
I just under the impression from some of these meetings that you had to have 5 acres.
Thought I heard 5 acres in reference to mobile homes, which didn't really
5
make.
acres is for agricultural, and then, I believe the state is
I don't know
also
what you
5
mean, 5
acres.
acres by agriculture.
So, if you have 5 acres, then you're agricultural.
Right.
You have to be over 5 acres to be
Okay.
agricultural. So if you have a 40-acre piece of property, it shows that you could build 1 house per 5 acres.
So, I'm gonna run through these findings and then we will discuss this. Did you guys have anything else? I mean, what, are you planning on building a house or?
Eventually. I
Okay.
don't have anything.
All right.
I'm not that far along yet. I'm just trying to get the property secured.
All right, so, notice has been sent to all adjacent landowners of record via mail 10 days prior to the meeting, and proof of the same is attached, yes? Notice has been placed in newspaper or general circulation within the county 10 days prior to the meeting,
Yes.
and proof of the same. The proposed request has been available for public inspection for at least 10 days prior to the hearing.
Yes.
Rezoning of this property would not adversely affect adjacent landowners. And then proposed rezoning of the property is consistent with the master plan. And I know we have a focus on keeping things agricultural, but in this case, if we're building houses, it kind of makes sense that we would need to reclassify this as residential, even though it's a smaller lot.
I'm just wondering if you do that, does that restrict the person from building a home on the other side of that? You split this thing up.
So
You're doing the 1 house per 5 acres, although it's 6 acres or something. But when you split that in parcels,
So
if
she
she,
currently has a house on her
I got
property,
you.
and then she's wanting to give him the 2 acres to build another house.
right,
So when they split it, her house is already consistent with being on that acreage, but then because they're splitting them into less than 5 acres, then residential, they'd only have to have 1 acre to build the house.
But her lot would then become residential as well because
Yes,
it's now
and the
less than
whole
5
thing will
acres.
become
And
residential.
that's
and
the
then-
rub in it, because right now she's agricultural because she's over 5 acres. But when we cut this piece out, then both of them's gonna have to become residential.
right.
Not, I mean, it's a semantics thing, but it's just, it's how,
Total acreage is what now?
6.6.
6.3, I think, something.
6.3. You're giving them 2.3, so that leaves you 4 acres.
understand this.
And you know about setbacks and all that.
Yes.
I would prefer you to meet those if at all possible, that way you don't have to come back.
Yeah.
And you can get with Susan on those if you don't have the specifics. What is 75 feet off the center of the Drawbridge Pike, and 25 off of each side, and 25 off the back. When it's a family member, it's not that big of a deal, but trust me, family members, people move, and then you have problems.
They don't share. the
Might as well
same
just go
house,
ahead and-
septic.
No,
No. You drill a well plus septic.
city water,
Oh, city water out.
yes.
Where'd that come from?
Morgan County rural water,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, the only concern I have really is that if something goes south on your original septic, you really won't have a backup plan. We usually like to have enough property where you could put another septic in if this one goes bad. So let's hope. Have they done a perk test on that yet?
No, it's supposed to be the 1st of August.
Okay. Hopefully when they do that, they find out that you're good, and you don't have to do anything intricate with the sewage. Okay, you have anything else?
No, sir.
All right, I will, for the sake of the public hearing, would anyone like to speak for or against this application? Dana, you got anything? Okay, all right. That being said, without any objections, I'll close the public hearing for 2024-11. All right, gentlemen, it is gentlemen than others. Okay, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for a favorable recommendation.
Chad, favorable recommendation, motion, second. Anybody?
Second.
Bob Curry, second.
Yeah.
All right. All in favor of sending a favorable recommendation for this request to the commissioners by show of hands? 5-0. All right, you guys will be going before the commissioners to with a favorable recommendation.
Perfect.
Thank you. All right, moving on. Public comments, I'm pretty sure we don't have any tonight. Staff reports, Susan, we got for next month?
As of right now, you do have one rezone for a property on, Baseline Road.
Baseline Road.
Yep, it's going from, they're wanting to go from single family to multifamily. So,
Great.
on something that's about an acre.
Dana, you got anything?
No, sir.
Plan commission comments, anybody?
Yeah, we do have a UDO meeting Monday.
What's that?
We got a UDO meeting Monday.
UDO meeting Monday, all right, right. Is that the last one?
I
For a while.
I do have one other thing to say.
Hmm?
I do have one other thing to say.
Okay.
So the UDO, which is the new Unified Development Ordinance, is to the point of its last chapter, review chapter. We will be having a probably public hearing or public forum to review that. You guys will get a copy of it to review, and then we'll have a public hearing over it, probably in, what, did she say September, Dana?
I believe so.
September. We'll probably have, that meeting will be just your public hearing for the new UDO.
Now, they're conducting that, not us, correct?
No, you conduct a public hearing.
Oh.
So,
Okay. Are we gonna do it here, or have we decided?
that we'll probably bring it up at your next meeting in August, because, like I said, the last chapter's being reviewed this month, and then they'll probably do like an open forum to review it, and then once that happens, then it'll be a public hearing to review it to the public. We'll have a say in it. So,
Okey.
When you're on
our August meeting is April 20th. The third Tuesday of the month. Yes, it'd be August 20th is our next meeting, so then the September 17th would be the September meeting that you would possibly have it as a public hearing. There are quite a bit of changes. So as soon as we get the full draft, I'll send it out to you guys.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Guys got anything?
Adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Second? Bob made the motion, got Chad in the second. All in favor of adjourn? Good enough, 5-0.